Hello, everybody, and just here, and welcome back to Zom 100, episode 8, I believe. Episode 8. It's kind of hard to tell which episode of Zom 100 I'm watching because there's, I think, like 9 of them, and they should be 11 or 12. So I guess I also don't have any qualms about being late, or rather being behind with watching it because the studio itself is behind producing those episodes. So hey, it's only fair, right? But yeah, Zone 100, episode 8. We finished the depressive arc. At least this one. Maybe there's gonna be more. I don't know. But this one had a really visceral response from me. So I assume whatever other depressive arcs there will be, they won't have quite as big of an effect on me. Maybe. I hope. I hope. Jesus, I hope. But yeah, suffice to say, I didn't have particularly much fun with the previous episode. I really didn't. It had some fun moments, but then it kind of squandered the potential of those fun moments by not giving me, the viewer, but also not giving the characters in the show the satisfaction. Like, sure, okay, I'm not saying that Gonzo should just be I don't know, should have his throat slit in his sleep by Akira, because it wouldn't be in character for Akira. It would be a character assassination, essentially, for him. But he deserved at least, I don't know, a punch to the face from Kenchiro. Or, something. Something. Anything. I understand that now he is left alone without any of his goons, and he will probably succumb to the zombies eventually, and will turn after a long and painful process. Sure, absolutely, yes, but it's not as satisfying as seeing him with a bloodied nose. You know, you know what I'm saying. And then at the end, of course, Shizuka with her greatest fucking wisdom of do what you want. Eventually, will find the thing that you want to work for. Yeah. Assuming I survive until that time with no money. Genius. I mean, I guess she was brought up in a very rich household. So maybe it's her bias, simply, right? Because she didn't need to work if she didn't want to. She had all the time in the world to try and figure out who she wants to be in her life. She had all the time in the world to try different things, and wasn't limited by, I don't know, the sheer human necessity of eating, because all of her basic needs were fulfilled without an issue. Maybe that's what it is. Because if it is like a genuine belief of the author, well, I'm gonna have to disagree with you there. I'm gonna have to disagree. But we leave that behind, and today's episode will hopefully be a little bit more fun, as we are off to the what prefecture? Not Ginza. Gunma. Yeah, we are off to the Gunma prefecture. I think they already arrived to Gunma, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully now we will have some fun in the nature. Maybe we will get to meet Akira's parents. Maybe we will get to meet the blonde girl, samurai girl, who we know that is a part of the team but hasn't appeared quite yet. Maybe we will have an episode of just good old jolly adventure, traveling through the forest, camping, and scavenging for food, or something along those lines. I'm not sure. We finished an arc we are starting another, so it's kind of hard to predict where it's going to go, right? Because it's essentially starting a whole brand new story. So, how about we just watch it, eh? To do that, you will need your subs to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. And I'm also gonna have to ask you guys for your support. Support the channel monetarily on Patreon or YouTube, linked down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, costs you nothing, helps a lot. And with all of that out of the way, we can start watching episode 8 of Zom 100 in 3, 2, 1, go. Also, I heard that this episode is supposed to have a good and proper opening. So excited for that. Mindfulness, yeah, a very useful exercise. But really not easy. Sup yoga. What the fuck is sup yoga? Right, let's not jinx it. But I said, let's not jinx it. And here you are jinxing it. Possibly. I mean, he can. So why not? Time for the hero. Akira, okay. I guess the help isn't needed, and we do indeed meet our samurai girl. Excited. Okay. Okay. Damn. Okay, I'm having fun again. I'm having fun again. Thank you. This is what I want from the show. Yes. And the music. German? Yep, German. Aryan, even. Blue eyes and blonde hair. This to be a song of the dead. This to be a song of the dead. This to be a song of the dead. Okay. Okay. We legit get a good and proper opening. Okay. With like great choreography, amazing visuals. Song of the Dead. You know what? I wanna dancing as well. Hearing it. Okay, we still get little whatchamacallit, vignettes from previous episodes. But it definitely beats the opening of the previous episode. Dancing zombies, sure. Not even CG or anything. Okay, okay. That's a great return. Okay, so she's a weeb. I love how it was translated to Nippon and not Japan. Yeah, I mean, armor. That's a legit tactic. Fish. A load of fish. She's a weeb through and through, isn't she? Yeah, of course we will. That's what a hero should do. Nippon sculpture. Well, not the greatest welcome in Japan, is it? Okay, sure. We're going to get some sushi. Yes. Also, who's this VA? Her voice is interesting, but I don't recognize it. Yes, of course. He also wants sushi after all. They are in styrofoam refrigerated containers. Load the containers into the RV. Don't load the fish into your backpack. A back alley sushi chef? I'm not sure. Let's hope he's still alive, yeah. Can't exactly drive an RV through this road. No. Yeah. Just jump in and kill as many zombies as possible. Oh? The one surviving brain cell of this entire operation. Okay. And she's the whatchamacallit? The strategist of the Three Kingdoms. Even has a fan and all. Okay. Okay. Sure. Isn't that the pose from that Dragon Ball meme? Isn't it? I think it is. We have the strategist. Amazing. We have the tank being Akira, and now we have melee DPS as well. All according to Keikaku. Douse them in gasoline and burn them. Amazing. Amazing. I love that Shizuka is also, getting into it. Of course. Yeah. Okay. So how are you going to light them on fire? Yes. I mean, yes, but he's also being inspirational doing it. Suddenly, she no longer wants pretzels. He really should get himself a weapon. Even if it's just a baseball bat, you know? I'm not saying Naginata, but at least a baseball bat. Baseball bat. All I'm waiting for is for the glowing eyes. For Beatrix to call Akira Shisho. It's gonna happen at one point. 100%. Amazing choreography, amazing camera work, amazing visuals. No wonder every episode is delayed. Oh, some of those zombies are CG. Okay, a drone with some classical music. Oh, Lurs. Yeah. Okay. She truly is the strategist, isn't she? Okay, like whole entire gas pumps. Yeah, that oughta do the trick. Chain reaction and everybody burning. Everybody's burning. Easy. Assuming the chef is still alive. And you didn't burn his restaurant. Okay, the chef is still alive. That's good. Beatrix? Is she not going to like the sushi, I wonder? Raw fish for European palate is, you know, not always agrees with it. It's your tears that are bitter. Well, hopefully this restaurant is protected from zombies so that they don't die in their drunken sleep. Oh yeah, it can't be nice inside of that RV. I was about to say, Onsen. Everybody's wearing a kimono. Yep. They are. And the katana by her side. It really adds a little bit of flavor to her look, doesn't it? Yep. I mean, she's a weeb. What did you expect? Of course. Of course. A little bit of a blush. Of course. Right. Sure. That upbringing is still, peeking through. No, it seems like something her father would say. Yeah. I legit feel the same. Sure. Sure. Uh, I'm not sure if it's like poor cost performance. Because when you eventually find that someone, it pays off, doesn't it? Oh, they're having fun. Yep. Of course. Yes. Everybody suddenly realizes the implications. It's a mixed bath. Of course. Mixed baths are a part of Japanese culture, after all, aren't they? That's a toned body. Thank you. Of fucking course. Not a moment of respite. Not a moment of respite. Yeah, that's way too many. Didn't you feel them underfoot? Isn't there more hot springs in the area? Hey, you might find some wild hot springs in the mountain. And okay, sure. Everybody fell asleep regardless. Shizuka went off somewhere, and Akira is going to find her. Is Shizuka taking a bath right now, and Akira is gonna walk in on her? That's how it usually goes, isn't it? Or maybe Shizuka is gonna walk in on him. Oh no, she's already here. A classic encounter. No, he was about to kick back in a hot spring and he's not giving that up. Exactly. Yes. Yes, he does. Yeah, you can sit on opposite sides of the rock. Awkward silence. I mean, yeah, it was your upbringing speaking. Exactly. You get used to ignoring your own opinions. And, yeah, opinions of others. Yeah, he's concerned about doing what he wants. Exactly. I mean, sure, everybody is at some point. You gonna shoot your shot, Akira? Or not yet? I mean, you're this open with Akira right now. Just saying. Yeah, exactly. They both realized it. And the whole gang is here. Since tonight. Well, jump in. Another thing to cross off. Okay. We're back to form. We are back to form. This episode was the exact opposite of the previous one. This one was thoroughly enjoyable. I had fun all the way throughout. I'm gonna have to look up the seiyuu of Beatrix. Next episode, Treehouse of the Dead. Okay. So we are probably gonna be hiding in some treehouse at some point in the next episode. Uh-huh. Okay, let's watch this one again, shall we? But before that, let me check out Bea's VA. Minami Takahashi, who also voiced Lukoa. Wait, really? Seriously, Lukoa? Huh. Interesting. Who else? Yamada Elf from Eromanga Sensei. Tione from Dungeon ni Denai. Megumi from Shokugeki no Soma. Lukoa, Kokona from Flip Flappers. Anybody else? Akira from Noragami. And that's it. But Lukoa? Really? Seriously? I would never be able to tell that this is Lukoa's voice. Can I hear her voice? This sounds abso-fucking-lutely nothing like Lukoa. Okay, that's a range she's having. But yeah, let's go through this episode again. As I said, mindfulness, yeah, being in the here and the now, freeing yourself of the past and the future. Really useful. Really fucking hard. I tried exercising mindfulness multiple times of my own volition because it was a recommendation by my therapist. Doesn't really matter. I would try doing it for like a week or so, and I would never actually reach the proper state of mindfulness, and then I would just abandon the whole idea. But from what I hear, it's like really important, really useful to train that. I might try again, actually. This episode kind of made me want to try again to exercise my mindfulness. We went over it a lot in corporate seminars, sure. Sup yoga. What is sup yoga? I know what yoga is. Is sup yoga like flow? Yeah, sup yoga is yoga on stand up. Yeah, sup stands for stand up paddleboarding. So it's yoga on a paddleboard. Cool. I like water. I wouldn't mind yoga. Would probably be something I'm willing to try. Already achieved 15. And yeah, this is kind of jinxing it. If he manages to finish all of his goals, well, what then? Does he just walk out and becomes a zombie willingly, right? And of course, Shizuka is also jinxing it. Of course, he has the shark suit. Also, I like how Shizuka smiles a little bit more often recently. It's cool. Is this animated on once? His like head movement and all. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, it's a mixed frame rate, mostly on threes, but sometimes on ones. Superhero of Justice Akira. Yeah, you're not gonna need to do much because the samurai is here as well. I love the shading on her armor. It really looks great. Slash. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Slash, shoot, crossbow. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, okay, they're not really animating on once, it seems. But yeah, this is as cool of a character introduction as you can possibly get, honestly. And I also... I really have a weakness for steam right? When a character does some super attack and then they breathe out and there's steam rising from their mouth, you know, or if there's a robot that launches a barrage of lasers and you see steam exiting the vents, or, you know, shit like that. I love it. I love it. I love this moment. And of course, Akira would be awestruck by it. I can hear a little bit of Lukua, maybe? But not really. Gaijin indeed. Also, I love the track. I love the music here. Opening. It seems like the first part of the opening is new, and then we get vignettes again, except those vignettes aren't from the previous episode, but rather from throughout the season so far. And some bits of it are still from the like first opening. But then we have some animation that looks almost rotoscoped. I wonder if it actually is rotoscoped. To one 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 to one. And sometimes, yeah, the opening is sometimes actually done on ones. Memento Mori. It really looks rotoscoped. Or maybe not. Shit, I'm honestly not sure at this point. Yeah, animated on tooth. Except the things in the background that are on ones. This is on ones, but kind of alternating. Some of the zombies are animated on odd frames, and some are animated on even frames, which gives us the illusion of it being animated on ones. Also, great visual. First of all, that this opening essentially shows us daily lives, you know, daily commute, but humans are replaced by zombies. And also interesting that it shows, like, you know, phone zombies. You know, phones are bad, kind of boomer commentary and whatnot of, you know, people just sitting on the train, mindlessly browsing through their phones like as if they were zombies. Except in this case, they are actual legit zombies. Great animation on the hands, on the fingers. Yeah, they say burger, and the zombie actually looks like it bites a burger. Those zombies, I don't think they are CG. I think each and every one of them is drawn and animated by hand. This is on ones. Partially, again, not entirely. Amazing visuals. And then we enter vignettes and it suddenly becomes whatever. Zombies doing choreography, this is great. And also they don't seem like they would be copy-pasted. Kinda, sorta. Yeah, some of those are copy-pasted, but the color of blood splotches changes between them, so they don't look copy-pasted. Okay, that's cool. It's cool. I like it. I like it. Although it seems weird that they would change the opening arbitrarily in episode 8. There's something really fucky wacky going on with the production of this show, isn't it? Like, sure, delays, that's whatever, that's one thing. But you have the first six episodes of this show have a certain opening. Episode 7 has fuck all for an opening. And then episode 8 has also the same style of an opening like the previous 6 episodes, like the first 6 episodes, in that the first half is actual opening and then we see some vignettes. But different. Sure, it's a little better with all this, choreography, dancing, animation, whatnot. But ultimately, it is still first half of the opening being the opening, and then the second half being vignettes from previous episodes, except not from the previous episode. So it doesn't serve as a recap of the previous episode, but rather vignettes from throughout the season so far. It really seems weird. It really seems weird. You know what it feels like? It feels like modern fucking games. You know? They released a game with a makeshift opening, and then in update 1.6, they changed the opening to how they envisioned it to be from the get-go, but they didn't have the time and they didn't have the budget to do it before because the publisher was, rushing them or something like that. It really feels like that. Like we're having some, No Man's Sky kind of scenario where the studio wants to make a game that's so grand and so great, so amazing. In this case, an anime that's so great and so amazing, but then reality hits. And it turns out that, most we can do for the opening is this. We can't really have hundreds of choreographed individual zombies because it doesn't fit the time frame. We would have to not make the first episode and just spend the time animating the opening itself. You know? It really feels that. It really feels that way. And so later on, in an update to the game, or an update to the show in this case, they introduce new reworked opening. It's weird. It's weird. What the fuck is going on at Bug Films? Legit. What's going on at Bug Films? Let me check out real quick, because I forgot what other anime they made. Bug Films. Where are you? Here you are. Just this. Okay, sure. Explains things. It is essentially the first venture, the first project of this studio. Sure, maybe they hired some industry veterans and whatnot, but they are still, trying to figure out the workflow and how to do things and whatnot. And the first show they made is already something that requires this much work. They didn't start from something small, from, I don't know, adapting one of 1,000 rom-coms or isekais or whatever that have established fan bases and they can just throw some slop at the screen and everybody's gonna eat it up, and build their workflow, their procedures, everything like that from that point, right? Figuring out how much time it actually takes them to make an episode, and then jumping into a bigger production like Zom 100. Once they know how much time they need, once they know how much budget they need, they just jumped straight into deep water. It's also ironic that our main character is running away from being exploited at an animation company, and the building of that company is the exact same as the building of the studio that most people who were hired by by Bag Films escaped from. Kind of a dig at that studio, and yet this studio itself is having issues and it's becoming a black company, kind of, sorta. Where did the base plate go? Is it in my cup? No, it's not. Where the fuck did the base plate just jump off to? It's not under my keyboard. Well, that's a mystery for the ages. That's what I get for just gesticulating a lot. Whatever, doesn't matter. Did she have a base plate? I think she had to, or maybe she didn't. Yeah, I guess you can hold your chihuahua in your hand. Okay. It's ironic, right? That an anime about a character who is escaping an exploitative animation studio is made by a company who is probably also crunching their animators to hell and back, who is also suffering production issues, and who probably has plenty of characters who feel like Akira, right? Plenty of characters. Jesus, I just referred to real people as characters. Plenty of people who feel like Akira is feeling right now, was what I wanted to say. Or maybe not. Maybe. Actually. Maybe the delays are because they don't want to crunch their people. That's another way to look at it, potentially. Rather than crunching their animators to be on time, they just delay the episode. Okay. That actually makes sense as well. I mean, it could be either or. I'm not a fly on the wall in their studio, so I can't tell which is the case, but it's a possibility. Okay, let's continue. But really, also, let's not continue. I heard that episode 10, I think, is at this point TBA. Because the season has ended, and now there are other slots on the TV. The slot that Zone 100 was taking now has to be taken by other shows. And Zone 100 has, at this point, I think, like 3 episodes left. Because episode 9 aired like yesterday and it's 12 episodes. So they would have to sacrifice an entire slot of fall 2023 season just to air 3 more episodes of Zone 100. And they don't really have a 9-episode show to put after Zone 100 in that time slot. So, oh fuck. Yeah, they got themselves into quite a pickle, didn't they? I wonder what's the future of this series. Is it gonna go straight to streaming? Maybe the last 3 episodes? Are the last 3 episodes gonna be released as one movie? That's a possibility. That's actually a possibility. Because finding a singular hour-long slot would probably be easier than finding 3 individual 24-minute slots. I wonder. Right, let's continue. Bia came here from Germany because she's a weeaboo. I love how they... Nippon is Japan in Japanese, but they don't translate Japanese culture or Japan's culture. She's a weeb, so she gets the Nippon treatment. Kyoto, Fujiyama, tea ceremony, Ikebana, and everything else. Not a bad anti-zombie strategy, absolutely. I mean, armor can actually protect you, as Akira has proven. Delivering fish. delivering fish to Takasaki. And of course, Akira would be into it. He's the hero after all, and you can't call yourself a hero if you don't help other people after all, right? The last surviving sushi chef, indeed. And this beautiful moment with flying leaves and whatnot. Sushi. Yes. Amazing face Shizuka is making. And why are you doing this? Those containers have ice in them, don't they? Yeah, they are styrofoam containers filled with fish and ice cubes. They can keep temperature for a long time. Grab a container and or dump all the fish from one container and place an assembly of various fish. If you don't want all tuna, for example, throw half of the tuna out, pack in some squid, some other fish. Don't just, you know, throw it into your backpack, because it's not gonna keep the temperature. And yeah, they are prepared for combat without a plan, of course. Thankfully, we have a strategist on our side. A Three Kingdom strategist. Amazing. She's having fun as well. And this is just the was it Broly? Broly Kulo. Yes. Broly Kulo. That's the reference. That's the reference. Yep. Okay. YouTube, please don't... I mean, fuck, I'm not monetized anyway. Amazing. Again, amazing visuals, amazing animation, great camera work during her battle. And Shizuka being the strategist standing at the top. Also, how did blood get this high? That's another question I have. How did you get so much alcohol, though, or gasoline, or whatever? Alas, they are useless with matches, apparently. Or maybe they simply got wet sometime. It's not like they were dunked in water at any point, so why would the matches get wet? I'm not sure, but maybe. Fear is just an excuse not to act, of course. It's about whether we have a burning desire right here to want to do it. For sushi! Inspirational, though. Inspirational, for sure. I'm sorry about my shameful behavior. I will no longer waver. I'm just waiting for Bea to call Akira Shisho. And also, Akira could really invest in a weapon. But I guess if you're trying to be a Super Sentai character, some CQC is the way to go. They only use their weapons when push comes to shove. Yeah, those zombies are CG. I thought they were all individually drawn, but they are CG. I don't think they used to be CG. I believe the zombies in this show used to be actually drawn. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't quote me on that. Could it be that they noticed drawing individual zombies takes a lot of time, so they instead decided to grab some CG models and use them to fix their production issues a little bit? I'm not sure, maybe. Amazing visuals. Honestly, great choreography. The Technicolor blood really does a lot, doesn't it? it really gives a lot of life to those scenes and makes them a little bit more, lighthearted. That's a purpose behind that Technicolor blood, of course. And also the purpose of the Technicolor blood is to show us that we're not supposed to treat this moment seriously. Classic code zombies symbol monkey. I love how Shizuka gets into it. She really gets into the role of the Three Kingdoms strategist, doesn't she? Release them, and everything burns. I don't want to set the world on fire. Or however it goes. Chain reaction, everybody burns. It's bitter. Bittersweet but delicious. And we just time skip over it. Sure. I guess it's preferable to seeing this restaurant overtaken by zombies, because I was really afraid that's what's going to happen, that they will eat their fill of sushi and they will have some fun and they will drink, and suddenly zombies will overrun this restaurant and this chef will be killed in the by the zombies, and it's gonna be sad and it's gonna be emotional, and I'm not gonna have fun. But so it's preferable that we just skip over it. We can believe that the sushi chef is still there, he's still making sushi, and yeah. Japanese heat wave. Thankfully, onsen. Yeah, the boys are having fun. I wish I had your problem. I like that we are not getting into, like jealousy over breast size, because it's really an overdone and easy haha funny moment. We just get a comment from Shizuka and not anything more. It's good. It's cool. I like it. Most of Europe's cities are built around a town square. Indeed, hot springs towns are built around a hot spring. And this is a photo of a legit hot spring town, I assume, just with a filter on top. Yeah, it really seems that way. Yeah, they're developed around the hot springs. And we have a perfect two couples forming, kinda, sorta. I mean, we know that Shizuka is probably going to be the love interest of Akira. It's plenty obvious. Beatrice and Kenichi? I can see it, honestly. I can see Kenichi being the womanizer, absolutely, and Bia simply being his target for the most part, through the sheer reason of her just traveling with us. But I don't see Bea returning that feeling. Shizuka and Akira? That's another thing entirely. And of course, Shizuka is spouting what she was taught to spout. Jumping straight into the onsen. Women's bath is... This is great. A moment of realization on Akira's face, on Kenichi's face. And then a smooth transition to trying to act cool. These are extreme circumstances, after all. It cannot be helped. Desperate times, eh? rejected, and quite heavily. Not by Bea, though, because she's a weeaboo, she knows of mixed baths, and she has nothing against them. Because it's the Nipponese culture, after all. She has a toned body. I can't help but notice there is definition to her abs. There's definition to her thighs. There's definition to her arms. She's not just a big booba blonde girl. There's some actual, like, muscles. There's some actual build to her. It's really not often you see even that much. It really is not often. It should have been me, not them. Alas, zombies. I mean, alas, because they run from those zombies, they have a whole new hot spring for themselves. A classic trope. The truth is, I'm just bad at romance, yep. You're being very open. If I ever fall in love, I hope it's with someone I can be this open with. And the realization again of what she just said. Does that mean she's not denying it? Take note. She's not immediately jumping into, no, I don't have feelings like that for you. There's something brewing. There's something hiding under that blush. And third wheels. I don't want to be a third wheel, but yeah. Hot spring is hot spring. Kick back in a hot spring. Crossed off. Checked out. That's gonna be number 17, isn't it? 16 was sushi, 17 is the hot spring. They're gonna have to add a couple more positions because soon enough they're gonna be done with everything that's been noted so far. Okay. I'm having fun. Yeah, we are back to form. I thoroughly enjoyed this episode. I had a really good time with it. 10 out of 10. More of this, please. More of this. This is why I started watching this show. This is why I started. Sure, some interpersonal drama here and there. Shizuka trying to fight with her upbringing. Akira trying to relax, fight with his demons, quote unquote. But for the most part, this ridiculous fun is what drove me towards this show. You know? Kind of like what was another show that did this? Kind of sort of Kill la Kill. The sheer ridiculousness of it. The sheer fun I was having watching it. The story also drove me in, make no mistake, but I really had a lot of fun watching Kill la Kill, and this is similar. What really grabbed my attention was, crazily running through the city, punching zombies in the face, and watching Technicolor blood splatter all over. A very different take at a zombie apocalypse. A very positive, comedic, fun take at a zombie apocalypse, It's not the society has collapsed and we are all miserable. It's the society has collapsed and we can be free. And we can have fun. And we can go to the hot springs and we don't have to pay for it. And we can pig ourselves out on sushi. Because we can. We can do all sorts of things like that. It's liberating. That's what drove me into the show. That was the promise I was given. And the previous episode kind of broke that promise. Because the previous episode was much more similar to, your everyday regular zombie movies where, oh, the real monsters were the humans all along. The zombies are just acting by instinct, but it is the humans who are actively malicious towards other humans. What does it say about society, huh? Right? And the previous episode was that, and I wasn't a fan of it. But we are now back to the ridiculous fun, and I hope for much more of it. I hope for much more. More of this, less of that. 100%. Again, sure, some drama is useful. If there wasn't any drama, it would just be a mindless comedy without a goal, without any challenges. If there's no conflict, if there's no challenge to overcome, it just becomes a slice of life, basically. But I hope it never gets to the ridiculous levels of episodes 6 and 7. Shizuka trying to fight against her upbringing, that's good. That's good. I'm perfectly fine with this amount of drama. Akira sometimes remembering his past life and it's stopping him for a moment, but then him shaking himself out of that stupor and going forth. That's fine. That's perfect. That's amazing. But if we again focus on entire episodes being just drama, hopefully it doesn't happen. Hopefully it doesn't. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I don't think I have anything more to add on the topic, so how about we end this video right here? You guys, you can tell me, what did you think of this episode? Did you have as much fun with it as I did? Because I loved it all throughout. Tell me about it in the comments down below. What did you think of, again, this episode, of my reaction? I didn't really have any theories, but what did you think? What are your thoughts? What did you have for dinner? Tell me about it. Like this video. No spoilers from the source material, and from episode 9. That's also important. Spoilers, go to my Discord here and also in the description. Like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, but tell me why so I can improve. Subscribe to the channel to be notified of future releases of not only Zom 100 but also Magia Record, Helk, Undead Girl Murder, Farce, Nanatsu no Makengashi Haisuru, Ancient Magus Bride, and more coming at you in the future. I also stream sometimes, so you might want to click the bell icon somewhere on this side of the screen to be notified of when I go live. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon or YouTube, linked down below, where on Patreon for $10 a month you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Magia Record, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. And on YouTube you can do memberships, super thanks and stuff like that. It's also down below. And if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, share my content, spread the word. It costs you absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers. And here's the list of my wonderful Patreons: QB, Without the Net, The Crippled Survivor, Zetran, Zay, Rainer, Akamaster, Marsh, Fassel, David, Dr. Watt, UKLI, and Hans Peter. And you can join them, and you don't need to deliver fish to do that.